Hello and welcome to the German Football Fan Club. Wait, wait, wait. Welcome to the German Football Fan Club. My name is Kevin, and today we've got Wehen Wiesbaden hosting Bayern München at the Brugge Arena. That would be Wiesbaden's arena. Full house, as you would expect. Pretty much a universal trait of DFB Pokal matches, especially matches involving Bayern, even if in a way. Although I'm sure Fan Wiesbaden had no problem filling their stadium, no matter who the opponent. German Cup, much beloved in Germany. Uh, different vibes and a lot of like League Cups early rounds. In Germany, it is always a huge occasion. Got a banner by the home fans behind the goal. Let's see from the aerial view. 100 Jahre SV Wehen mit Europakronen. 100 years SV Wehen with Europa crown, I would assume. The German's not perfect, got a little bit. I think it's basically that. Beautiful aerial shots of the stadium here. We'll also be keeping an eye on several other matches this afternoon, as you can see on the ticker going by underneath. Be looking at Grimsby Town hosting Manchester United in the EFL Cup first round. Julian Nagelsmann walking past the Bayern guest to block there. Also be keeping an eye on the Champions League qualifiers this evening, second legs. Watched another scoreless qualifier yesterday, Celtic away at Kairat in Kazakhstan, and that ended 0-0. Kairat Almaty qualifying for the Champions League group/league stage for the first time in their history with a penalty shootout win. Their goalkeeper made 3 saves out of 5 in the penalty shootout. Sorry, just take a look at the last seconds of Karabakh versus Faros Champions League qualifier. Close, no goal decision. In Champions League today, we have Club Brugge versus Rangers. Brugge lead 3-1 from the first leg. Benfica hosts Fenerbahce in the second leg. That's 0-0 from the first leg. And it's 1-1 between Kobenhavn and Basel from the first leg. At the last kick of the game between Karabakh and Ferencváros. Ferencváros looking for one more chance to equalize at the death. The keeper will get there, and that should just about do it. You see Bayern Munich lining up in the tunnel, ready to come out onto the pitch. Bayern definitely given Van Wiesbaden a lot of respect. I can see the players in the tunnel there. Harry Kane, Michael Elise, a lot of their top players. They've got a bit of a change up, of course, not their full squad, but I mean Harry Kane and Elise alone, the 2 major match winners there. So definitely gonna look to win this one and not make it too difficult for themselves. But Van Wiesbaden will be looking to make it difficult for them, as we saw yesterday from Eintracht Braunschweig. They had a wild game against Stuttgart that ended 3-3 after 90 minutes, 4-4 after extra time, before Stuttgart won on penalties. We have the final whistle, and Karabakh from Azerbaijan will be into the group stage or league stage of the Champions League. What a story for them. Congratulations to Karabakh. Commiserations of Ferencváros. A super cool tifo from or choreo from the Wiesbaden fans celebrating 100 years. One in Kings. 100 years SVN mid Europe. London. London. Let's look that one up. That's a new one. Years with European crown indeed. Yeah, got the first set up. As the players come out here. Love that stadium. Old ground feel. Old school ground feel. We see the tifo being hoisted in front of the choreo there. Obviously, 100-year. That's awesome. Celebrating their history. See if we can. Vincent Company. Yeah. Yellow. I'm in the toss. Handshakes all around between captains, between coaches. Zone doing his own things there for a second. Back. We'll see if there's well, there's Rudy Vola. And the next one obviously found his way to his seat. Got to see having dodged the first match between Leipzig and Bayern this season to the Friday night game this past weekend. My first time watching Bayern this season, but it already looks like Michael Olise is in very fine form, just following on from last season's excellent performance. Tremendous debut for Bayern in the Bundesliga last season. A lot of English language Bundesliga writers I've seen have him pegged to be the Bundesliga Player of the Year if Kane doesn't take it, but they all seem to prefer him or give him the edge. I don't know if it was wishful thinking or whether they genuinely think that he'll edge out Kane for that. But Luis Diaz and Harry Kane, the former Premier League connection, obviously not playing for the same teams before, but up and running. Let's see. Diaz, 10 seconds in. Just was gonna say, Diaz and Kane seem to really have found a connection early. already get the sense that this is gonna be this may just be a bit of a rear guard action from Wiesbaden. Already under heavy attack after 10 seconds. Probably good though. It should sharpen the mind for Wiesbaden, you would imagine. Uh, Brad's definitely up for it. Actually sounds like the I was gonna say that is the Bayern München fans that you can hear at the moment. I imagine with the positional microphones as Bayern move back towards Wiesbaden said that will be you'll be able to hear the Wiesbaden fans behind their goal as well. But Bayern do have epic away support, some of the best in the Bundesliga, so expect to hear them loud and clear throughout this match. I will say, having been born into a Bayern Munich supporting family and supported them for many years before sort of after a bit of time away from football, came back with a different reason for loving football. And I've been a sports fan all my life, but coming back to football after some years away, I focused a lot more. I was trying to find what it was about football that really made me love it, and I found it in the football culture of Germany, the ultras, the songs, the banners, the flares, the just traditions, the atmosphere. I feel like there's no atmosphere like German football, and so I was I would say I'm more on the side of the ultras now. I would say I'm more against modern football. It is the tradition and the culture of German football that makes it special, not money, not corporatism, not anything like that. And like I understand that this day and age, like there has to be a balance to a certain extent, but chance from Diaz, good save. But Bayern were a lot. Bayern were as a sim like when I learned that Bayern wanted to do away with well, essentially wanted to do away with 50 plus 1. That wasn't or weaken it over time. That wasn't something I could get behind. But I will say I do certainly appreciate the Bayern Munich fans. I can't say anything bad about them that that sets them apart, because I will also always remember the Bayern Munich fans that extremely. There's probably been a few of them, but a couple of years ago there was quite the confrontational members general meeting, and the fans were chanting down the leadership, and I I got to give them full credit. And that's the thing. Maybe I would have stayed with Bayern Munich if I had been introduced to the fan culture before I found my club, which club I really fell in love with from the heart. Obviously, Union Berlin. But all that said, Bayern Munich obviously have tremendous away support. Like the Allianz Arena can be a little bit sterile and modern, but on the terraces, on the Curva, at the Allianz Arena, the Bayern Ultras are still top quality, and they still stand for the same things for the most part that the general football culture and the Ultras culture does. As far as I can tell, I'm not a spokesperson, I'm not a part of any of these fan groups or anything, so I don't mean to speak for them. But Bayern Munich Ultras and fans and members have shown that, like, just because they're part of this giant and they're doesn't mean that they necessarily approve of the big corporate deals trying to erode 50 plus 1, anything like that. And look at them behind the goal. Look at Look at the traveling Bayern support back there. Can't take anything away from that. Yeah. Here. See if we're getting up and running and heading towards the later starts. Grimsby Town Man United in the EFL Cup and the UEFA Champions League qualifiers. Is got Brugge hosting Rangers, got Benfica hosting Fenerbahce, and Kobenhavn Basel. Oh, running, still a ways to go. That Gesta block is bouncing. I imagine. Well, I suppose if Wiesbaden were to get a shot goal or two lead, might see that and dampen down a little bit, but I would still be surprised because most German fans, certainly ultras, will support no matter what. And as we can probably expect, that beautiful touch there by Elise. We can probably expect Bayern to command dominance in this game, even although I imagine Wiesbaden will definitely give them a go, but we can expect Bayern dominance, which means that that Gesta block of Bayern's will definitely be Gesta block will definitely be bouncing all night long. Love the flags and banners. I love when a guest block is an entire like end. I love that Bayern had the Bayern guest block is that whole right hand side behind the goal. That's where their fans and ultras are. And Wiesbaden, of course, then have the goal or the their ultras behind the stand behind the goal to the left hand side there. Bayern in the white, Wiesbaden in the black and red. Missed the whoa, back to Kane. What a block! And somehow they got away. No, is it free kick? Free kick and handball against Bayern. Somehow Wiesbaden kept it out. Good for them. What a defensive, absolute rear action there. No VAR, so it is what it is. It won't be changed no matter what we see on the replays. That's yeah. Wow, I don't even understand. Good on the Wiesbaden players though for not the Wiesbaden players, good on them for playing to the whistle and making sure like that tackle to stop Diaz from putting it into the net. I mean, obviously wouldn't have ended up happening now. But Wiesbaden, they're gonna need every lucky break, every bounce, every good decision towards them that they can get. So, well, good in transition though here. Only one man with them, but let's see what he can do. Cut inside, ball taken away. Getting first views in Copenhagen, in Lisbon, and in Brugge. Like a great atmosphere, great atmospheres all around. The Kopenhagen's Ultras at the Parken Stadium, Parken Arena, Parken Stadium. They're legendary. If you go on Instagram at all, for example, and search ultras, European ultras, football ultras, anything like that, you're very likely to find clips of the Kopenhagen ultras. They never leave you wanting for atmosphere at a home game. I can see section 12. It's important to know too, of course, ultras groups aren't here for our entertainment, as it were. They are they're cultural guardians. They're the ones who protect football, protect fan culture, and it's again, that things need to be balanced. I'm generally more pro football culture, pro ultras, but I do understand that like modern world, it's a balance. But that's what I think Germany does great because while I don't generally agree with the decisions of the German football association administration, the Deutsche Fußballbund, um, they do. Oh, there's a great tifo from Club Brugge and a massive pyro from the Rangers fans. Beautiful sunset in Grimsby town as that game gets going, or as they go through the handshakes there pre-match. Beautiful choreo for the Brugge fans. Smoke and banners in Copenhagen. It looks like it's the away block there that have the well, there's another legendary set. It's a battle of legendary ultras groups in Copenhagen tonight. Section 12 from Copenhagen against. Not sure what the group name is anymore, so I won't say anything. But it's the ultras from FC Basel. They're another one that you will see all over the place if you ever go onto Instagram and look at videos of ultras and fan scene, pyros, all that stuff, choreos, tifos. You're gonna find Basel and you're gonna find Copenhagen. Bayern working their way around here. Outside. Happy to take their time and hold possession. Wait for the killer ball. Just kind of working around. Really compact defending here from Wiesbaden. Basically a 5-5 formation in defense. Or a very compact 4-2-4. That is the Bayern Ultras, Bayern traveling fans you hear there in the background. Sounding like a Bayern siren. What a good cutback by Diaz. Right for the volley there. Diaz with some space out wide. A little too casual with the pass. Guerrero. Mitch will get it back. Aaron Kimmich in the midfield. There you go. Can hear the Wiesbaden Ultras behind the goal there. Ball across. Penalty. Tug on the shirt. Pavlovic a good job to yeah, pulling back on his left shoulder and yeah, he definitely pulled his shirt halfway around his body. We're underway in Grimsby. We're underway in Brugge. We're underway in Lisbon. And we're just underway in Copenhagen under the smoke with the pyro from probably both sides, honestly, although I did only see it from the Basel fans. But that kind of smoke could just be Basel. They love their pyro. Chance for Harry Kane to make it 1-0 to Bayern from the penalty spot. Seen some saved penalties so far. Little stutter, sends them the wrong way. That's what you get when you have Harry Kane in the lineup. 1-0, 16 minutes gone. Almost want to say that should do it, but that would be silly, especially with the way the German Cup has gone so far first round. Possession back with Bayern. I imagine it will be a game of majority Bayern control, but we do have but even as such, Wiesbaden will probably create a few opportunities. So like, I would say unless Bayern can get it to 2 or 3 in front, they will have a good chance, or they'll at least still be alive in it. A good chance now, but they give themselves a chance as long as they keep it to 1. Harry Kane though, will attack the back post there, cycling it out wide to Olise. Corner to Bayern. See if I can get away. They do win a throw. Good job. Not to be condescending. It's got a tough situation there. Beautiful turn by Diaz. Bayern already look like they're flying and in full season or mid-season form, so this is definitely going to be a challenging challenging prospect for Wiesbaden. I didn't even know what to have what happened. Challenging being an understatement, but would have said it would be a very challenging prospect for Braunschweig last night against Stuttgart, and obviously they fell short in the end. But and obviously Bayern are a little bit more potent at the moment than Stuttgart are, but there is a certain magic about the cup, any cup, but I feel like especially the German Cup. You haven't seen any major upsets in the. I thought we had a goal on Benfica there. Chance. Diaz. Good save. Pushed it to danger, but well cleared. EPN at 1. We do have a goal, though, at Club Brugge. Or in Brugge. Club Brugge. And that may just about do it for Rangers, honestly. Inside 5 minutes. A terrible start. Kane with the chance blocked. Great start for Club Brugge, but for Rangers, it's at this point they would need to win And he's four. Oh, what great goal though. Good cross. I don't know where the defending is from Rangers there. That was poor defending, but a great cross and a great run by the attackers between the two defenders for Rangers there. Gonna have gonna be an interesting Old Firm derby this weekend. Celtic losing to Kairat, and I mean if Rangers can come back in the next 85 minutes, they'll definitely bring the momentum advantage. But if this gets ugly at all, then this could definitely Celtic could do Rangers some real damage in the Old Firm game. But it is interesting to see both going in not really in the best of form or having had difficult European nights midweek. Celtic, of course, will also have one extra day's rest, so it's going to be real hard for Rangers. Bayern Ultra is keeping the rhythm up, keeping the song flowing and the atmosphere going. Just would like to see who ended up in the lineup for Manchester United today. I'm very curious. Not a Manchester United fan, but pardon me, I became quite interested in the ownership situation, the ownership saga, as it were, for Manchester United, because while I don't support Manchester United, and I don't feel that the Manchester United fans did or have done enough to hold or keep or get back their club. I am very interested in what happened to them. The Glazers essentially stealing their club with the banks, with the help of the banks and the stock market. But and so I've been quite interested to see how their story has developed. How it's quite dramatic. We have a red card in the Rangers game as well, and it looks like it's a Rangers player. As things go from bad to worse. Yep. Easy as can be. Last man, no question. And Aarons is sent off with a direct red card. Which now also, I would imagine, as far as I know, will affect them. Yeah, that was rush of blood to the head, I guess. That's a crazy decision. Great save in the Benfica game for the Fenerbahce keeper. But so Rangers down 1-0, 4-1 on aggregate, and now also down to 10 men as things just get worse and worse for them. But yeah, I'm interested by Manchester United. I don't see that the fans have done anything to deserve their club back, but I do see some appetite within the fan base to fight for their club. And for those fans, I would very much love to see them get their club back, and I would love to see it as a precedent that shows that fans can win. I mean, that's one of the reasons I love German football, is because German football fans show that fans can win all the time through their hard work and determination and grit and endless commitment and solidarity. That's something too that we see in Germany a lot, is solidarity between fan groups, even between groups of fans and ultras from rival teams. They will stand in solidarity together rather than be crushed separately by the German Football Federation or UEFA or anyone else who would do so. And so I'm getting really physical on United or Grimsby Town. I guess that's classic League Cup. But I would like to see. I'm very curious to see, because United, they could be a test case. They could show what fans are capable of. But they could also become the example of the biggest example of what happens with corporate mismanagement and the destruction of the soul of a club. So I like to keep an eye on them, like to see what's going on. And so I would imagine Grimsby Town being a fourth division team have a goal in Lisbon. Benfica have the breakthrough against Fenerbahce. 1-0 on aggregate. Mourinho doesn't agree. At least not happy. Have to see what's going on here. But yeah, we'll see if Man United should beat Grimsby Town given their position, but the corner kick here. Looks like it's tough because it doesn't look like the player who touches the ball, but he's definitely there. This is one of those questions of whether he is interfering with play. Great save there. Bayern's well, it ain't Neuer, but you can tell that he's been training with Neuer. Bayern's keeper out at the center line. What a block. Not sure if it was the defender or the keeper who got there. There. Great collective defending from Wiesbaden there. The ball back there. Done. Get it into space, and Wiesbaden can control for a moment here. Check still happening. It looks like. Yeah, I guess it's gonna depend whether they man on the end there was an active player or not. Good to see Mourinho. Character. Very much enjoy enjoy his antics. Still got a goal check going on. Take a look at the lineup for United. Benjamin Shesko up top, Cunha and Diallo in the 10 roles, Dorgu and Dallo, Ugarte and Menu, Heaven, McGuire, and Fredrickson, and round. Alright, so Kobe Menu does get the start, as it's the big question. Onana getting a start as well, that's really quite interesting. So, interesting to see if he's now... There was a double handball that was given against Bayern somehow. And then the penalty, the foul on Bowie. Still, looks like we're still waiting on a decision in Lisbon and to whether Benfica's goal will stand. I'm not sure. Yeah, looks like we're still waiting on that. See what's the early stats in the Man United game. Grimsby with the only shot on target so far. 3 shots for United off target. Let's keep an eye on this. Still the Bayern Munich fans like being made making themselves heard most clearly in the stadium right now. Gonna let the ref make the final decision. I would argue that whether he's playing the ball or not, that the Benfica player is involved enough, I would say, that should probably be ruled offside, but it is so close. And it would be also fair if it is given as a goal, because it's so close. Let's see what his final decision is. Offside. They determine that I guess either that the a little heated down there. guess they decided that he had impacted on the play or touched the ball, one or the other. That because he was definitely offside. The one who appears to score the goal was onside, but his coach very not happy. Corner to Bayern here. Wiesbaden keeping things under control since conceding the penalty. Early substitution. Nato coming off for Fenerbahce. Looks like Chu coming on. Corner from Kimmich. Back post. Headed away well. Wakano couldn't keep it in. It'll be corner kick there. Thought Wakano would see it out. He kind of let it run and be fine in the end. Funny, you can see the button. Imagine it's ad banner that's not doesn't follow the rules of the cup up in the corner there, just kind of folded over itself. I appear to have a viewer at the moment. Oh, what a save! What a save! If I got someone in the watching right now, welcome to the German Football Fan Club. My name's Kevin. You're most welcome here. We're watching Wiesbaden and Bayern. Also keep an eye on the Champions League qualifiers, the Man United Grimsby match as well. You're looking to chat. I'd love to hear where you're watching from and who you're supporting. If any of the clubs involved today, or just a general fan, or just curious. So far, it's been pretty much all Bayern, but wow, towering punch there from the keeper. Been all Bayern pretty much so far, but Wiesbaden defending well. Just a Harry Kane penalty that separates the two teams at the moment. 0-0 between Benfica and Fenerbahce. 0-0 between Copenhagen and Basel. Brugge lead Rangers 1-0. Rangers down a man. Early red card, down 4-1 aggregate as well, with Club Brugge's first goal in this match. And it's 0-0 between Grimsby Town and Manchester United in the EFL Cup. First lull from the crowd here for a moment, although I imagine it's just lining up the next song. Eerily silent for a German match of any stripe, but certainly a cup match. Bayern just very careful with possession, slowly working them. Oh, trying to move Wiesbaden around, I'd say, but the touch though is a corner for Bayern. I mentioned Kimmich coming across. Shot at the near post. Out off the defender for a throw, which Kimmich will cross to take. Well, it looks like I lost my viewer, but thanks for stopping by. Someone stop in briefly. Let's check it out. Have a good day. 35 minutes gone in Wiesbaden. Bayern lead 1-0 on a penalty goal from Harry Kane. Wow. Composed defending from Brugge there. Taking it down on his chest and around, away from the attacker. Ball out to the side. Diaz in tons of space. Grimsby! 1-0 Grimsby Town! Unbelievable! Unbelievable. Grimsby Town lead Manchester United 1-0 in the 21st, 22nd minute. Absolutely unreal. Early days, but that'll give him a big boost and something to hang on to as Luis Diaz going for a goal of the season. Let's see. Ball to the back post. Totally unmarked. Where was Man United's defense there? Fredrickson caught out. Ahmad nowhere to be seen. Or sorry, no, Dallo nowhere to be seen. And Onana. Oh, man. Well, I can't imagine that Man United fans will be any happier with Onana after that. Good opportunity by Wiesbaden at the same time. Was well blocked. Good chance by Wiesbaden. Showing that they've got some sting to them too. If that goes in, they're even again. So that's all it takes. As long as they keep it to one, they're just that far away. Although here comes Luis Diaz, probably quite keen to make it more than one. Well defended. Ruben Amorim looking furious, pacing like an angry lion. Yeah, this reminds me of the there was a NFL coach was asked about his after a rather comprehensive beating. Bruno not looking too pleased. Kane saved again. Offside or corner? Well, he was offside, but we'll see if it's given. That will be given as a corner, so advantage there for Bayern getting the benefit of the doubt there. Paul headed down and away. Wish at least they again. The back post headed away well. Good defending by Wiesbaden again. Carl, bro. Shot by Diallo. Like we have you have a goal for Benfica. And they have the lead against nope, it's been taken. That one's been taken off too, which is fair because it's from the replay. It did look like you got a shove in the back there. Good shot of the Bayern Ultras in the capos in the guest block. Oh, excellent defending by the excellent defending by the Wiesbaden defenders there. Good ball in, cut out by Kim. Nice little touch by Kane to Diaz. Ferreira right back to Diaz. This little pass around there from Bayern to release the pressure. Not going to push too hard. Happy to let Bayern have the ball, but try and keep them out of the dangerous areas. Done a pretty good job so far. Just the penalty goal from Kane, the difference so far. Kane heads it down. Diaz couldn't get there. Offside. And Wiesbaden playing out from the back, doing a good job there. Loose pass out for throw in on the far side though. But playing courageously there. Yes, on the near side. Pavlovic. Kim, Bayern happy to bounced around and ended up in the United goal, but handball, probably a fair decision. Also handball on Garte as well, but I think that's a fair call that it was a handball against Grimsby first. Look at that ball. Wow, I'm quite taken with Grimsby Town's performance here. Punching above their weight. Oh, just not sure why I dropped there for a second, but drop I did. Apologies there. I'm continuing to maintain possession, just passing around. Corner kick to Grimsby, taken short. Lots of men in the middle. Onana comes bundling through. 2-0 Grimsby! An absolute calamity in the box again. And Grimsby Town lead 2-0. I mean, I know it's the German Football Fan Club, but what a story being written by Grimsby Town in the EFL Cup tonight. Not 30 minutes gone, and they lead United 2-0 at home. A well-worked corner. Don't know what happened here. Onana comes for it. Nothing happens. I don't know what's going on there. Came for it. Totally missed. Just falls into the clump of Grimsby players. Somehow it just ends up... Wow, just... Onana totally missed. VAR might have taken that away, but EFL Cup, early rounds, so no go. It's gonna stand. Onana just missing the punch entirely. And no one but Grimsby players around to knock it into the goal. What a crazy story in Grimsby tonight. As we reach the final 30 seconds in Wiesbaden. The difference right now, a Harry Kane penalty. 1-0 Bayern so far, but Wiesbaden have defended well and even created a few half chances for themselves. Playing brave here, playing out from the back. We'll give it away there, though. Bayern will regain possession. 10 seconds to the half. See if they can create one more chance. Elise in space on that right-hand side. 1-2 with Kimmich. Ball in. Looking to Diaz at the back post. Can't hold on to it. There, can't keep it in, and that should just about do it. Yes, indeed. We are at the half. At halftime in Wiesbaden in this German Cup final match of the first round. 1-0 Bayern Munich lead. Harry Kane after 16 minutes scoring from the penalty spot. We'll take a little break from the action there and take a look at the take an update of the 4 games that we're keeping our eye on separate of the Bayern Wiesbaden game. Brugge have just scored a second at home against Rangers, who are down to 10 men, and taken it to 5-1 on aggregate on the night. Good header. Keeper just couldn't get there. Club Brugge running away with it, both on the night and on aggregate. Still 0-0 in Lisbon between Benfica and Fenerbahce. Also 0-0 on aggregate. It is 1-1 in Copenhagen between FC Copenhagen and FC Basel. That one's 1-1 from the first leg. So those two still very much in contention there. For up for grabs, both those matches could go either way. But it looks like Rangers will be joining their Glasgow compatriots Celtic in the Europa League. Celtic losing last night to Kairat Almaty, as we covered here on this channel. And it looks like it's hard to imagine that Rangers will be able to overcome this. Down to 10 men, down 4 goals on aggregate, and with less than 60 minutes to go. Grimsby with another chance here. Free kick. You know, they're going to want to put Onana under pressure. Good ball in. Excellent delivery. I'll head it away. All the way back to the keeper. Free kick in a good spot for Fenerbahce. A little bit far out, but wonder goal territory here. Into the wall. No go. It is 0-0. Got a chance down the right. Just get a cross in. Head it over. Corner to Brugge in their game against Rangers. Ball in. Bad clearance into the side netting. Rangers defender teeing up a good volley for good volley opportunity for the Brugge player. Not sure if that was a save or if it was into the side netting. Off the defender's foot, so it will be a corner to Brugge. And Benfica finally have the breakthrough in their game, and it looks like this one will stand to take a 1-0 advantage in the tie. Stadium in Lisbon is jumping. Still more. See, more talking from the referee. So let's see if there's we'll see if it's an offside. It's very close. He is definitely onside on that one. Fenerbahce just not able to get the ball away. And an excellent finish. Judging by his lack of celebration, I imagine a former Fenerbahce man got the goal. And the stadium is rocking in Lisbon in full voice. This Grimsby town come again in their match with United. Long shot blocked. Got wide on this right-hand side, Grimsby. Yeah, ball comes in, headed across the front of goal, no one there. Looked a little asleep there, the United defenders, but lucky for them, the Grimsby attackers not making the run to the line. Out for a Grimsby throw on that far side as they pushing United back. Good interchange, good block. Brugge attacking 10-man Rangers relentlessly here. Already up 5-1. Imagine it could be a very, very ugly night in Belgium this evening. But it is also worth noting that it's also been a tough start to the season for the coach, or for Rangers in general, which has put a lot of pressure on their coach. He will not be aided by this, although to a certain extent it's kind of, you have to wonder what can he do about a red card, especially so early. Lind's just making sure of it. Another corner to Grimsby Town. Stadium is bouncing in Lisbon. Basel guest block also bouncing in Copenhagen. Header wide from Brugge's corner. Brugge down injured. Effort again in the Brugge game off the crossbar. So pretty close all around so far. Bayern leading Wiesbaden 1-0 at halftime. Grimsby Town leading Manchester United 2-0 in the 40th minute. Brugge running away with it. They're up 2-0, 5-1 on aggregate, and Rangers are down a man, and it is Brugge that are at home. Copenhagen and Basel still 0-0 in their game, 1-1 on aggregate. Here comes Brugge again, cut inside over the bar. And Benfica have broken through at home against Fenerbahce. They have the goal to make it 1-0 in the game, 1-0 on aggregate. Ahmad was offside, but a good execution on the overhead little scissor kick there, but definitely offside. Kind of focusing on the way offside. Good skill though, but way offside. Focusing kind of on the Grimsby Man United game at the moment as we wait for a Wiesbaden and Bayern to return for the second half. Whoa, and Brugge! Brugge make it 3. Butland made a great save coming across on the first try. Couldn't clean up the rebound. Butland out of position from the first save. Defender can't keep it out on the line. 3-0 to Brugge. 6-1 on aggregate. Not even at halftime there. Gonna be... Ooh, good save on the line. Shesko got the header on goal, but it was well saved by the Grimsby keeper. Ball over all the way across. Butler made a great save, but just came right back out. Basically put it right back out to the player. Able to just tap in into the far post there. 3-0 Brugge. It's now 6-1 on aggregate. Approaching halftime across all of these 2 o'clock kickoffs. We're seeing a lot of the ball on this left-hand side for United. Crossed in, cleared out. I'm always curious about Manchester United too, because with the financial muscle that they do have, it always feels like they could just be around the corner from cleaning things up, but somehow they never seem to manage to do it. I mean, this is a 4th division. The 4th division English team that they're currently losing 2-0 to. And while granted they are not playing a few of their top players, and I'm sure there's some United fans that would point to Anana as the big issue. Eat at the near post on the first goal and just whiffing on the second when he came for the cross. I mean, they right there, Cunha, Sheshko, Ahmad, Harry Maguire. I mean, Onana is the 200,000 pound a week goalkeeper, apparently. So, ball in, all cleared. Not away. Shesko can't turn. Not away. They got to get the ball out. Good blocks by Grimsby. Made it with a loose pass. Smashes it right past Ahmad. If he's onside, it's 4 for Brugge. Honestly, start to worry for Rangers boss at this point. 3 draws to start the season domestically. 3-1 loss at home in the first leg. Granted, they're down to 10 men now, but 4-0 before halftime. I bet they would just be happy to let the game go and just call it at 7 and sit out the second half, but gonna have to play that off. Where is the marking there? Gauss off his man, gets back in front of it. No urgency from the defender there. Urgency from the Brugge attacker. The broadcasts back up and running in Wiesbaden as we see a look at the Bayern Munich guest block. We're in stoppage time across all of our other games, all of our 2 o'clock my time, 2 o'clock kickoffs. That would be the 9 o'clock Central European time kickoffs. Shot of the Munich faithful, the traveling. Yeah, traveling Bayern fans out in good numbers and good voice. As always, definitely give that to Bayern. The Bayern fans, Bayern Ultras, Bayern traveling contingents, always out strongly. As we refocus now in Wiesbaden for the second half, where Wehen Wiesbaden trail 1-0 to FC Bayern, but that's a Harry Kane penalty that is the difference between the two of them. As we have a fifth in Belgium. A really, really ugly beating. Rangers are taken now down to 10 men. This is, that's up. Oh, just no marking to be found. Ran right through the middle. No one near him. Shocking performance from Rangers. You went down a man, like you would have to, if even if you don't attack anymore, you would think you just want to, put all 10 men in the box and just like stop this from happening, but it's 5 in the first half for Club Brugge. 8 on aggregate, 8-1. Which approaches the last seconds of halftime here. Or last seconds of stoppage time before halftime, I should say. We've reached halftime in Grimsby, where they lead Manchester United 2-0 at halftime. That's shocking result there at the moment. I mean, obviously not a result yet, but shocking performance. We're back underway in Wiesbaden. A single goal separating the two. So we're up and running. Got the time. We're up 1-0 to Bayern. Still going for a few moments in Brugge before halftime. Another look at the goal in Benfica that has them up 1-0. 1-0 on the night, 1-0 in the tie. Bayern 1-0 up in Wiesbaden as we rejoin that game with 30 seconds gone. Great touch by Harry Kane there. If Wiesbaden continues to try to play out from back. Got out there. Bowie in the middle. Bowie there. Blocked, but Ty will get there. The throw into Wiesbaden. Excellent for them. Ball down the sideline. Bumping with each other, but Bayern get the ball back. Big goal tonight for Bayern instead of Manu Neuer, the early round German Cup, as you might expect. Laid out wide. Take by Guerrero. Full kick. The Bayern Munich fans having a great time behind the goal there, and once you could hear their own rendition of "I Was Made for Loving You," Bayern edition. Eshiboe on this near side here. Bayern more than happy to maintain possession with the lead and with the edge, you would say, probably, in terms of their playing squad. More than happy to keep things slowly like they did in the first half, very methodical, moving Wiesbaden's defense around. Pavlovic is into the book. I'm not definitely a foul. The looks or well, kind of looked like he still kind of got the ball, but like, well, I would say probably a foul. But to be fair to him, I think it's harsh on the yellow card. Is I don't really think that he even knew that the player was there, which of course he should know, but it seemed like a lot to give a yellow card. It was like clearly an accident to me, but finally reach halftime in Lisbon. It's 1-0 Benfica there. Had, I believe, 2 goals chalked off for various reasons. Definitely had the better of the game there, it would seem, and they lead 1-0 on the night and 1-0 on aggregate. Shout from a penalty for Wiesbaden there, but no no go from the referee. Please say Ooh, good turnover. Nope, foul given. Been a good opportunity for Wiesbaden there, but I would say not enough there for the for a penalty shout, but wasn't that different from the first one, but definitely less it was some pulled Bowie's shirt around his body. That was a much softer contact. Definitely the right choice. No penalty. Bowie falls Milholize at the near post. Clinical finish. Tough start to the second half for Wiesbaden. Side. Good. Tough for Wiesbaden. Just kind of bouncing around. The clearance to get it away from Bowie's shot. So to stop Bowie from getting the shot there, gets it away, but right into the pass of Elise. A beautiful finish in at the near post. Two 0 to Bayern. Luis Diaz has been excellent so far this season from what I have seen of him, but Kane and Elise getting the job done again as they did last year. It'll be interesting to see just if anyone can tip them to either of the German trophies, the Cup or the League. But it'll be interesting to see who can even beat them this season. If even just because of their scoring potential with the likes of that Kane, Diaz, Elise front line. And then when Musiala comes back, it'll be even more ridiculous opportunity. Oh, look at the little touch by Carl. Beautiful. Kimmich. Yeah, a little not feeling Not appreciating the little dink from Carl there. It's see the Bayern fans rocking behind the goal there. Out wide to Elise. Making a bit better position. Carl roll it into a crossing position. Kimmich now. Back to Boe. Ferrer on that side. Touch. Carl to Kimmich. Lise. Kimmich. There's the ball delivered, but headed clear by the defender. Kimmich will take the throw. Lise immediately on this near side. Bayern controlling again. The Bayern fans in full voice behind that goal. Bayern are attacking here in the second half. Middle. Cross here. Just keep recycling the ball, looking for the openings. Kimmich looking up, looking for a pass into the middle there. Lise drops in around the corner, looking for Kane. Oh, beautiful touch. Kane onside. Offside. Would have been 3. Brewer with an easy tap in. Looks like it was Kane offside. Kane offside. Guerrero was onside, but Kane offside. Again, just cut out what comes through to Kane. Just take it away. Couldn't take the ball with him. Good defending there. Oh, given away though. Bad defending there. Bad filled out. And Diaz just missed wide. Loose touch. And Diaz. And I was given as a corner in the end. Diaz was convinced, and he's given the benefit of the doubt there. Elise to Carl. Back to Elise. We'll shift into the middle. Head it away. Bayern working on this right-hand side again. This is what they can do. Look at the interplay there. Good movement, little touches, good control by Kane there. Ball is knocked back, but it would be comfortable. Kimmich gets it away left side there. Pavlich driving forward. Guerrero. Diaz. Kimmich now. Bayern starting to Bayern starting to up the tempo now. Good interchanges, good movement. Boe way on the right side here. Elise. Carl. Back again. Kimmich. Kimmich. Carl. Channel. Guerrero looking for Elise. Cleared away. Wiesbaden. Oh, beautiful touch. Beautiful ball. Tripped by Brugge. Not that different from it seemed too different from the one that was a yellow card to Pavlich. So I don't think that should be a yellow card for Brugge at all. Absolutely not. But Wiesbaden, who will make a pair of changes here. We tick close to 60 minutes now. There'll be a pair of changes for Rangers in the second half, and a pair of changes for United as well, it looks like. Bumo and De Ligt are on. 3 changes for Rangers. Asgard, Rothwell, and Gassama off. Diamande, Raskin, and Curtis coming on. See if I can get the confirmation of the changes there for you for United. Garte, Dorgu, and Fredrickson coming out. Bumo, Fernandez, and De Ligt. Amram, obviously, taking this very seriously. A difficult position now. Grimsby Town both leading and also good for their lead in the first half. Although we have some lightning above the stadium in Grimsby, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. This game might get postponed if that gets much worse. Back underway in Copenhagen as well. 1-1 there, or 0-0 there, but 1-1 on aggregate. And it's almost a third for Bayern. Offside again. Yeah, Harry Kane hanging out offside. Carl. Great finish at the near post. Elise's second at the near post. Good finish. Copenhagen have the breakthrough at home in the Parken Stadion. Ball in. Great run through the middle. Beautiful header down into the near bottom corner. Look at that ball from the right-hand side. I guess their left-hand side. Poor marking allows him to just pick out that bottom corner in front of the legendary Parken Stadion Ultras, the Section 12, as we saw. 1-0 Copenhagen. One step closer to the Champions League stage with that one, leading 2-1 in aggregate now. FC Bayern fans keeping the volume at top notch. Oh, I couldn't quite get that one out for a corner. Instead, come out for a throw here to Bayern on this near side. Good ball through. All the way across. Good save by the keeper. Offside again. A lot of offside flags against Bayern in the second half, in this game in general. Close one, but I would say clearly offside. The rain's starting to come down in Grimsby. See if Manchester United can do it on a rainy night in Grimsby Town. On the classic, can they do it on a rainy night in Stoke? Not doing it in the rainy night in Grimsby Town yet. Down 2-0. Started the second half there. Brugge lead Rangers 5-0 on the night. 8-1 on aggregate. Rangers down a man since roughly the 10th minute. Back underway. Copenhagen with an early goal to start the second half. Right off the beginning. They lead 1-0, 2-1 on aggregate. It's Basel in a corner. Wiesbaden with a chance here. Ball at the back post. They got one back. And the captain has one back for Wiesbaden, just like that. He's done his calf. Bit of a cramp, but I'm sure he will be very pleased with that. It's back to 1 goal here. What are Grimsby doing here? Great ball. Great finish behind. Was it Ta? What a beautiful finish. Pick not happy. And here comes Wiesbaden again. Definitely not over in a Wiesbaden tonight. Of course, we saw 4-4 game in Braunschweig last night against Stuttgart. And the crowd is up for Wiesbaden again. Pouring rain in Grimsby now. Every time I look over, the ball is down in Grimsby is attacking final third, United's end. Under the pouring rain. Cunha, ball in, headed back out. Cunha looking for the far post, misses. Or it was Ahmad, sorry. Up that 16 and the 10. Bayern are going to be bringing on substitutes soon, it would seem. As Brugge have grabbed a 6th. As it just keeps getting worse and worse for Rangers. 9-1 on aggregate now. Just making it look easy. Look at the little flick, and then comes like one touch even to control before just dishing it into the bottom corner off the post. Free kick to Wiesbaden. Absolutely pouring down rain in Grimsby now. United are gonna have to do it in the rain in Grimsby Town. Down 2-0. And it looks like it's also whipping wind. It's a crazy nasty night in Grimsby. Weather certainly intervening here. Leon Goretzka coming on for Bayern. Needs some fresh legs there. One of my personal favorites, Leon Goretzka. Even not being a Bayern fan anymore, I do like a lot of their players still. Personally big fan of Joshua Kimmich and Leon Goretzka. So we'll be seeing that pairing now. Kimmich and Goretzka together. Oh, ball in. Got away from Elise, but Kimmich will intercept. Kimmich. Yeah, Bayern fans not dampened by the Wiesbaden goal. Bue at the near post, good save, right at the goalkeeper, but stood on his ground well. And Wiesbaden will clear it away. He's onside. Grimsby Town onside. 1 against 1. Holds up. Gets past McGuire. Corner tick to Grimsby Town. Good job. up alone and not able to, not with any support. Good ball down the channel there. Running in one-on-one against Maguire. Couldn't shift into a shooting position. But he did do a good job to win a corner against Maguire there. Just absolutely sheets of rain in Grimsby now. Boy, I called for the foul there. Seemed like a shoulder to shoulder, but Wiesbaden given the benefit of the doubt. Good touch shot, and Wiesbaden through. Here's a chance to make it 2-2. Chance to make it 2-2. Wiesbaden have equalized in the 70th minute. 2-2. Are we in for a shock here? I'm not even a Wiesbaden fan either. Oh, looks like the goal scorer has also done his cap again, just like the last goal scorer did. Incredible. The German Cup full of surprises. Just a little ball over the top. Catch out the defenders. Guerrero and Todd, neither of them really. What a finish. Absolutely smashes it past Urbig. And it's 2-2 in Wiesbaden with 20 minutes to play. It was 2-0. Can't say that it's can't say that's the momentum isn't with them, although I'm sure Bayern will look to reassert their authority imminently. We'll see if they can, or whether Wiesbaden can ride this wave. 2 quick goals for Wiesbaden has it all tied up. And now it's the Wehen Wiesbaden fans you hear. Saw 6 goals in 90 minutes last night. 8 goals by the time extra time was done. And we got more drama and a late night in store here in Wiesbaden with 20 minutes to go. Wiesbaden have equalized. Even if they were to go on to lose now, they can be very proud of their performance. What a turn of events for Van Wiesbaden. 2 goals in about 5 minutes, and it's suddenly tied now. You're just tuning in. Welcome to German Football Fan Club. We're doing a watch-along here for Van Wiesbaden hosting Bayern Munich in the last game of the German Cup opening round. Was 2-0 Bayern until about 5 minutes ago when we have just had a quick pair of Wiesbaden goals, and here they come again. Clear it down. Back to the Bayern keeper. Also keeping an eye on the UEFA Champions League qualifiers and Grimsby Town against Man United in the EFL Cup. Grimsby Town with the shock 2-0 lead against Manchester United. Club Brugge comprehensively undoing Rangers 6-0 there, 9-1 on aggregate. Rangers down a man since about the 10th minute. Kobenhavn have a 1-0 lead, 2-1 on aggregate against Basel in their game. Benfica lead 1-0 in their game and on aggregate against Fenerbahce in Lisbon at the moment. If I got someone in here watching, I'd love to hear which game you're watching and if you're supporting any of the teams in action today. But if not, even if you just wanted to leave a comment in the chat or emoji, I'd really appreciate that, just to know that there's someone in here watching. The Wehen Wiesbaden fans getting a little cocky now. Fun banter. Berlin, we're going to Berlin. The chant from the Wiesbaden fans. To be fair to Wiesbaden too, they've seemed to have quieted down the Bayern faithful behind that goal for the first time. They've been rocking all night, and the flags are down. The clapping has stopped. It's the VA and Wiesbaden fans you can hear at the moment. Good job to hold up the ball, but gets away. No foul either. Kane trying to get out of his feet. Forward. Gnabry well saved. Comes back to Kane. Blocked again. Kane. Penalty. Penalty to Bayern. And there's no VAR, so it will stand. Good save. Good block. See. Yeah, unfortunately, that is a clear penalty, which has got the Bayern fans up. Just as I was saying that they were subdued, that penalty definitely got them up and going again. Although it's not done until they actually put the penalty in. Still 2-2 for now. Seen some penalty saves in the cup so far. Saw penalty save in the St. Pauli's game against Dortmund in the Bundesliga at the weekend. Saw 3 saves last night in the penalty shootout from Kairat Almaty's goalkeeper, Anerbekov. You wouldn't really want to bet against Kane scoring, but not a goal until he puts it in the net. Scored a penalty in the first half. But let's see. It was interesting when a penalty taker takes a second penalty. Go Harry Kane to take the penalty. Kimmich going out wide there on the near side here. What a save, rebound, what a save again! They keep it out! Unbelievable! Unbelievable! The scenes in Wiesbaden. Maybe it's just gonna be one of those nights in the cup. Unbelievable. Oh, wow. Need to see that again. What an incredible save and follow-up save and block off the line. Here come Bayern again, though. Gnabry, Kimmich, all the way out wide to Elise. Boe. Back to Elise on this near side. What a game this has been. The German Cup, not disappointing. First competitive penalty not converted by Harry Kane since 2022. What a save. And the rebound. And a third save. And cleared off the line. Unreal. And to make that second save and the third save. Oh, wow. Incredible scenes. Incredible scenes. Both sets of fans back into it now, but the score remains 2-2. That's why, like I said, leading up into that penalty, you can get a penalty, but it's not a goal. It only counts once it's gone in the net, and incredible goalkeeping and defending by Wiesbaden to keep out Bayern. I see some changes here. Talking to and/or pep talk for the Wiesbaden player on the way off. Given that they've been putting an incredible effort and keeping themselves in it and alive. Hopefully it was a pep talk. Ball in the Benfica game. Offside. Past 60 minutes in all of our games now, except for the Benfica game. Started a little bit later, had a lot of stoppage time at the end of the first half there. Seeing changes for both United and Grimsby Town in that game. Grimsby still lead 2-0. Brugge 6-0, 9-1 on aggregate at home in Belgium against Rangers. Copenhagen at home lead 1-0, 2-1 on aggregate. Unfortunately, might have seen a cruciate injury there. Very innocuous looking, but eating the help off. 1-0 Benfica lead in their match in Lisbon at home. There's a chance. Gretzka, well taken by the keeper. No go for Bayern there. So tense affairs in Grimsby, where they lead 2-0 over Manchester United. Copenhagen, where they lead 2-1 on aggregate over Basel. And Benfica lead 1-0 in the game and on aggregate at home against Fenerbahce. So potential for lots of drama, but we stay focused here in Wiesbaden. Bayern continuing to come again. Elise gets the ball across, headed away. Under a lot of pressure here by Wiesbaden, but bending, not breaking. If I've got anyone watching at the moment, I'd love to hear from you. No pressure, but I'd love to hear which game you're watching and who you're supporting, if any of the teams involved. The game more or less continuing its pattern here. Bayern continuing to dominate possession. Wiesbaden have done amazing with the opportunities they've produced. Bayern not having it all their own way, as you can obviously see with it being 2-2, but Bayern have had most of the possession, most of the control. Where you see the ball now in the final third of Bayern is pretty much where it's been most of the game. So there's you go, magic of the cup. It's nonetheless, it's 2-2 as Bayern come again, but excellent defending, cleared away. All right, just cycling it around again. Dropping deep to orchestrate. Gnabry on this side as they overload the near side here. Elise. Kimmich. Gnabry turns upfield, but given away. And a bit of Scottish defending there from the Wiesbaden defender out into touch. This really goes to show too how you know, you can play football a lot of different ways. I certainly don't begrudge Wiesbaden a very defensive posture and sitting deep in this game. It's I mean, you got to do what you got to do. And it's really quite incredible because I mean, Bayern are Bayern. Have been pouring in goals for fun. Diaz, Kane, Elise, some of the best attacking players in the world, and sometimes collective defense and just heart and just doing what you gotta do to keep the ball out of the net. Or, I mean, to be fair, twice tonight as well, get the ball into the net. It's been absolutely incredible performance from Wiesbaden. And not too because Bayern haven't looked bad. I would be interested to hear what Bayern fans think of this game. We'll probably go check out some of the fan match reports afterwards to see what Bayern fans thought of this. But generally speaking, I feel like Bayern have controlled most of the game. Good save, rebound. Diaz again. Can't get his foot around it. If I can catch what that banner says there. As we see the 2 goals from Wiesbaden and short order that have them equalize, and then the save, double save, triple save, and clearance off the goal line. Once again, even if Wiesbaden are not able to come out of this with a win, they've done themselves proud this evening. Incredible performance. Bayern have dominated. Lots of possession, lots of opportunities, lots of desperate last-ditch defending from Wiesbaden, but they're getting the job done. See if they'll be able to create one more chance to maybe steal a win, head it out. You can tell that they really... Oh, Kane headed wide. They always offside anyway. Oh, offside again. Good call by the linesman. See if Wiesbaden's still willing to play out from the back. Good job playing into the midfield, though. If we can, no need to play out from the back if you can progress it that quickly through. Ball out wide, a little bit too far. Cleaning that one up for Bayern. Sort of dangerous header back. Touch and he'll boot it clear. I'll ended looking for his man, and the second ball will be picked up by Wiesbaden. Give a shout out to I think probably the first viewer who's hung out with me for any real amount of time on this channel. I really appreciate whoever that was. With me for about 10 minutes. You enjoyed? You're always welcome back here. Still 2-2 with 5 minutes to go. First we saw extra time in Braunschweig last night. 3-3 there after 90 minutes. Still time in this game. Seeing some banners down there from the new banner on the... It's not getting a chance to get a good look at either side's banners. It's the fans that put out banners on both ends. I'll have to see if I can find, if I can't. It's like a fan friendship banner, so perhaps the Wiesbaden and Bayern fans fan friendship. If anyone knows, I'd love to learn about that. Also, if anyone sees this and knows where I can find information on these banners, particularly when German ultras are put up banners. There was also a banner about restricted derbies yesterday in Braunschweig, which I imagine had a chance to look into yet, but I imagine might be to do with the Braunschweig Hanover derby later this season. That's a incredibly intense derby in terms of like what you might call hate derbies. Oh, Leimer, but Wiesbaden get it away again. Apparently Braunschweig and Hanover, never seen that derby myself, but I hear it is the top hate derby in Germany. But where you get that kind of emotion, you often get the authorities stepping in and putting in limitations and restrictions on the fans, on the ultras, on the guest blocks, and people who don't vibe with the ultras culture and the intensity of that would probably think that that's a good thing, that we don't want to have any fights or vandalism or anything like that. And that's fair. That is fair. You don't really want to have fights or vandalism or anything like that, but I feel like the ball in, knocked out again, half cleared. I think it's definitely worthwhile for ooh, late challenge, but he got away. Elise in space on the right hand side. He's gonna get a cross in here. Headed away. Headed clear again. To the edge of the box. Pressure roller cycle Elise again. Ball into the back post. Keeper, the great punch away. More excellent goalkeeping. Yeah, so it would be sad if there was restrictions put on that Braunschweig. Well, on any derby. It's always a shame when there's restrictions put on the derbies. I do understand the concerns for safety and security, but I'm with the fans. Let the fans be. If they do something wrong, you can deal with them then. I don't believe in punishing the fans beforehand. So hopefully we'll see full contingents for Braunschweig and Hanover in their derbies, and hopefully we won't be seeing any collective punishment or derby restrictions this season in German football. Coming to the final minute of the 90, Gnabry trying for the high difficulty volley cross first time. No go. Oh, but we do have a goal in Grimsby. Brian Bumo has one back for United 2-1. Seems like since the changes, they have started to take more control of the they have started to take control here. Bumo running at the defense. Just a great shot into the bottom corner there, using the defender as a screen. Just almost no backlift, just stabs it into the bottom corner. 15 minutes to go in Grimsby. Grimsby Town still lead 2-1. As we enter the last 10 seconds here in Wiesbaden. Stadium rocking, both sets of fans are up. 90 minutes gone here in Wiesbaden, and we will have 5 minutes of stoppage time as Bayern look for a late winner, try to save themselves 30 minutes of extra time. Ball in, all the way through for a corner. No change in any of our Champions League qualifiers. 15 minutes left in Belgium for Club Brugge, leading 6-0, 9-1 on aggregate over Rangers. For 10th there. Copenhagen lead 1-0 over Basel, 2-1 on aggregate with 14 minutes to play there. Basel coming in. Here's a chance for Basel. Cut back. Well defended. And Benfica leading 1-0 on the night. 1-0 on aggregate over Fenerbahce in Lisbon. Of course. 2-2 here in Wiesbaden. Kimmich will get the cross in. That will go out over the bar. Yep, goal kick to Wiesbaden. And the kick leads to a cramp, as you can maybe imagine. Wiesbaden putting in a heroic effort in this match. Yeah. You can expect that there might be some cramp with the level of effort put in both sides, but especially Wiesbaden defending like heroes. Good touch inside, or it was the good idea for the touch inside, but fun. Still looking to control. Probably want just to hold possession and run the clock down as much as they want to move through the lines and actually create a chance. Although I'm sure they would love one more shot as the ball will come over the top. We're big out. Doing a Neuer gets a good header away. Well spotted. A good switch to Leimer there on the right, who will have acres of space to run forward with Elise in space forward to his right. Goes back to the orchestrator Kimmich. Elise on this near touchline. Kimmich, Elise. far side. Yes, with a loose control. The lights are out in Brugge. Not as in the lights have turned out, but the fans with the cell phones out. Ball in from Diaz. Kane, and there's the winner for Bayern at the death. Who else but Harry Kane? 4th minute of stoppage time. Hard on Wiesbaden. A colossal effort from them all night, including getting it back to 2-2 with a quick fire double. But how do you deny that man there, Harry Kane? Goal machine. Three to Bayern München. That should just about do it, but you never know. Again, magic of the cup. Wiesbaden will throw everything they got at it in the last 30 seconds. Ball in, ball out, ball in, ball out. Wiesbaden, 10 seconds plus whatever they got for the goal celebrations. There was a man open on the right. If he could get that, knock that ball down. Ball forward. Erdbig will get there. Can definitely hear the Bayern Ultras in full voice, the Gästeblock, traveling Bayern fans. Generally Shaq Tattoo in the comments saying, talking about, can you do it on a rainy night in Grimsby town? Man United proving that, as it stands, they cannot do it on a rainy night in Grimsby town. It's, over here in Wiesbaden, what a game. When Bayern took the lead through Harry Kane's penalty, looked like it was going to be a tough night for Wiesbaden. But when Elise slammed home the second, it was hard to see where they would get back into the game from. But full credit to Wiesbaden, 27% possession, 2 shots on target. They made them count. 3-2 the final for Bayern after Harry Kane's 94th minute winner. But Wehen Wiesbaden can be very proud of themselves. The 4th, or sorry, no, not the 4th division side. That's Grimsby Town. Wehen Wiesbaden, 2nd division side. Did excellent, heroic defending, save penalty. Save penalty that led to, it was a triple save and a clearance off the goal line. Wehen Wiesbaden should be very proud of themselves. Bayern did did control the game. They didn't ever really seem at risk, but got a little bit edgy there with the 2 goals from Wiesbaden in quick succession. But Harry Kane delivers as he always does at the death. 3-2 the final for Bayern München away at Wehen Wiesbaden. A fantastic game to end the first round of the German Cup. We will now switch over to the other games we're keeping an eye on. Particularly the focus didn't get the upset from Wehen Wiesbaden against Bayern Munich. But we will switch over and catch the end of Grimsby Town hosting Manchester United in the EFL Cup. 2-1 Grimsby Town lead. 2-0 at halftime. Brian Bumo has got one back for Manchester United a few minutes ago. Definitely seemed like a change of significant change in the match in the second half when with the changes bringing on Bruno Fernandes and Bumo. Mount came on as well, and whoa, the ball holding up. Wow, ball holding up in a puddle there. And Shesko got the ball, but the defender with a phenomenal recovery tackle, saving himself from the puddle. Also had a second goal in Copenhagen. 2-0 now, Copenhagen lead Basel. 3-1 on aggregate. That one probably just about done at the Parkenstadion now. Benfica still leading Fenerbahce 1-0 on the night and on aggregate in Lisbon. But the focus on Grimsby. Corner to United. Grimsby player down, holding his head. A lot of pressure on United. Or by United in the closing minutes here, but Grimsby Town holding their own. Still keeping an eye on Brugge in Belgium tonight. 6-0 Brugge lead Rangers on the night. 9-1 on aggregate. Heroic defending by Grimsby on the line again. Maguire got away unmarked at the back post, headed across into the mixer. No one able to get a touch. I think the keeper might have made a save with his face on a point blank from Maguire's volley. Grimsby holding on. Fourth division League 2 side. Showing that United not able to get it done on a rainy night in Grimsby. At least not yet. Still time for United. 4 minutes left in regulation. Looked like a foul off the ball, though. This could be a problem for Xerxes. He's into the book with a yellow card. Fans wanted red. Let's see if we can get a replay. Fenerbahce, no shots on target in their game against Benfica. Not gonna get back into a game you're trailing 1-0 if you can't get a shot on target. Petulant from Xerxes. Nothing worthy of a red card, but certainly a petulant little shove in the back in the clearly not happy. Bruno, a little dink over the top, headed away. While Cunha waits for the ball, and it allows the Grimsby defender to get in. Cunha back on the ball though now. Far side, out for a corner. Going for a slide in the puddles. Cunha hurries over to take the corner. Both players booked in that little tussle involving Xerxes and Kure. Ball in from Cunha. Whistle dead. Looking for Harry Maguire at the back post there again. The retaken. Referee having a word with everyone pushing and shoving in the box there. Like whistle down again. A yellow card to the Grimsby player. A little bit confused. We've seen that sort of thing plenty, but see it again. Literally, Delic making the same run, overloading the back post, head in. There's the equalizer from Harry Maguire. Big ol' slab head getting the equalizer for United. Keeper just can't get there at the near post. The big center backs for United causing all sorts of havoc in there. Wire getting position on his man. Beats him at the near post, and Fenerbahce adding a red card to their woes in Lisbon. So now down a goal and down to 10 men. Ruben Amorim not looking that much happier for the equalizer. Sure, even if they win, he won't be particularly pleased being taken all the way down to the wire against a 4th division side. Good little touch around. Too many United players. Xerxes tried to get through. Fighting for it well, and United will come away. Shesko and Grimsby took a deflection off the United defender, though, so it'll be a throw for Grimsby Town on this near side. As we approach 90 minutes in Grimsby. Expect a lot of stoppage time here in Grimsby as we hit 90 minutes. Throw into Grimsby on the near side here. Still no official word on what extra time will be here. Ball into the back post. Too far. Bruno taking the goal kick for some reason. It forward. Terrible loose pass by Bruno there. Guillermo on the near side gets the ball forward. Hard ball across. Keeper does enough to get it away. Keeps it out of danger. Ball forward, and the race is on. Cabia against Maguire. Cabia. Good positioning by Maguire to cut him off. Good effort, though, there. Handshakes before the final whistle there in Brugge. The ref won't add anything on. It's 6-0. 9-1 on aggregate. And it's done at 90 minutes there. Into stoppage time in Copenhagen. We approach the 3rd minute stoppage time in Grimsby. Another United corner here. Can imagine De Ligt and Maguire at the back post being the danger men again. It's Maguire, De Ligt making that inside run. Maguire dragged down. Manu can't control it. Out for a goal kick, it looks like. 6 of one, half dozen of the other, between the tussle between Maguire and his man. Manu couldn't control, it gets away and out of bounds. Two minutes left in stoppage time here in Grimsby. Currently 2-2. Grimsby had a 2-0 lead by halftime. United have clawed it back late in the second half. Epic scenes in the Parkenstadion. The Copenhagen Ultras having an amazing time behind their goal there. Section 12. Ready to get the party. Already got the party started, up 2 goals over Basel with a minute and a half to go there. The Basel fans still got the flags waving. Shoulder barge. Oh, committed to the tackle. United coming forward. Big header away. Cunha in tight in the box. Ball will come back in again. Shesko over his head, headed away. Buma on the far side here. 1 minute to play here in Grimsby before extra time. Bumo, top of the box. Bruno turned and fired into a block. Another block. Delict up there. Maguire last man back. Buma on the right in space here. Driving at the defender. In on his left foot, into the middle. Shesko takes it down. Well blocked. Up into the air. Another chance in front of the goal and scooped over the net. And that might just get Grimsby to full time. Almost harder to miss than to score there. Obviously under intense pressure, but bounce, and just kind of kneed at it over the bar. We've played 5 minutes stoppage time in Grimsby. 2-2. Copenhagen have won at home. 2-0, 3-1 on aggregate. Copenhagen are heading to the group stage of the Champions League stage. Club Brugge heading to the league stage with a 9-1 win on aggregate over Rangers, 6-0 on the night. Mostly after the sending off early on. Benfica holding on, hitting into the 90th minute in Lisbon. Up a goal, up a man. And in Grimsby tonight, it's heading to extra time. 2-2. I'm actually not sure if in the League Cup, do they go straight to penalties or do they go to It is penalties. Maguire, 89th minute equalizer. Enough to get United to penalties, but it's all the lottery now. Manchester United and Grimsby Town, 2-2 will go to penalty kicks. While we wait for that to start, we will look in on Benfica looking to get it over the line at home in Lisbon against now 10-man Fenerbahce. Leading by 1-0 on the night and in the tie. Good job of holding possession. Oh, but played it right out of bounds. Fenerbahce. Barge in the back. Free kick to Benfica. Mourinho there, looking on. Looking like it'll be Benfica in the Champions League stage this season. The Portuguese Lisbon Giants. Fenerbahce, the Turkish Giants. Not quite out of it yet, but only about 3 minutes to go. Denali Shack Tattoo asking where the Carabao Cup games go straight to penalties next time. Yes, we saw it anytime. Yes, indeed, penalties. Yeah, fans celebrating with the Section 12 in Copenhagen. Oh, great scenes. The fans and with some pyro absolutely bouncing. Having a great time there. Free kick for Fenerbahce. Get it away. The teams get ready now for the penalty kicks in Grimsby. Denali Shack Tattoo asking which game has had the best fan atmosphere today. Ooh, I would have to say having kept a focus on that game, the atmosphere was absolutely excellent between Wiesbaden and Bayern Munich. Both sets of fans doing a great job, especially the Bayern fans keeping it going pretty much the whole game, but for the brief time when they were silenced with a bit of shock after Wiesbaden's pair of goals, the Wiesbaden fans filled the gap there, rocking all night. But I do have to give honorable mention to the crowd at the Parkenstadion. Always legendary atmospheres there, especially on European nights. And they got what they came for, Copenhagen advancing. It's definitely going to be a party in Copenhagen tonight. There's already quite the party in the Section 12 stand. But as we see the last few shots from Copenhagen tonight, the Basel fans are bouncing with their team too. Good to see both sets of fans properly saluting their teams. It was a good effort by Basel, but Copenhagen too much tonight. The answer, I'd say, yeah, German Cup game is always great atmosphere, but also great atmosphere in Copenhagen tonight. I have a viewer for the penalties here. Grimsby will take the first penalty, advantage them. First chance. Onana got a hand on it, but Grimsby score the first penalty. Statistically, a slight edge to the teams that shoot first. Wasn't a great penalty. It was more or less right at Onana, but too hard for him to keep out. Got a hand to it. Just puts it off his hand and into the net. Bruno Fernandes, the captain, will take the first penalty for Manchester United. Kind of getting a little bit bantered by the commentators, saying that, mentioning how he got upset by being blocked off by the ref in the last game. Stepping up to take the penalty here. Missed it the weekend over the bar. But calmly slotted into the bottom corner by Bruno. Although he doesn't look particularly pleased about it. He almost looks as if he has missed, but he did in fact score there. Darrow Burns sets the ball for Grimsby, second shooter. 1-1 after the first round of shots. Run up the stutter, he sends Onana the wrong way. 2-1 Grimsby. Ryan Bumo, the one who got the first goal for United. Make it 2-1. Dinelly Shack Tattoo says Grimsby deserved the win from the sounds of it. Kind of hard to disagree, given that they're a 4th division side and United have played a strong squad throughout and only really come into it later in the second half. Bumo, short run up. Gets the keeper to commit. Calm as you like, 2-2. Got the keeper to show his hand. Slots it away to the keeper's left. Third shooter for Grimsby now. Ball carefully. Stuttering run up. And a save from Onana. Getting a strong hand, pushing the ball onto the bar. similar to the first penalty, but this time he got enough of it to keep it out. Advantage Manchester United. But just like Kane with the penalty that he missed in against Wiesbaden there. Penalty's only a goal once it's gone in. Mason Mount. Next one up. Chance to give United a 3-2 lead. Oh, the keeper guessed right. Just could not keep it out. 3-2 United through 3 rounds. Really good penalty from Mount. He knows he was a little bit lucky there. Keeper did guess right, but too much power, too well placed by Mount. I just realized that Grimsby's jersey says "Winner, winner, chicken dinner" on the back. I've never seen that one before. Penalty for Grimsby. And I guess DAZN just decided that they didn't want to show the end of that game. That's classic DAZN being DAZN, I guess. Thanks for that. I can't really tell you if it did or not. It did. Okay, so Grimsby equalized. Thank you, DAZN, for doing DAZN-y things. But chance for Dallow to give United the lead back. Jump, hop, skip, and a step, and into the bottom corner. One penalty away. You can tell that even if Man United win this game, it doesn't seem like any of them are going to be particularly proud of themselves, but given their reactions to their successful penalties. Chance here for Grimsby. Brown with the penalty. Oh, and he smashes it past Onana. Onana getting down, got his hand on it again, but not enough to push it away this time. And we will go the full distance in this penalty shootout. And it'll be Matheus Cunha, Man United's number 10 this season. Probably their biggest marquee signing. Hug from Onana, gives them the ball. Chance for Cunha to send Manchester United through. Chance for the keeper to be a hero for Grimsby. And Cunha stopped! Pim makes the save! Grimsby live on! And Man United's marquee signing, Matheus Cunha, with a honestly dreadful penalty. That it was still well saved by the keeper. He had to go the right way, but low, slow, weak, and not in the corner for Matheus Cunha, and a chance for Grimsby to take the lead back for the first time since the second round of kicks. Quick kick, and he's got into the bottom corner. Grimsby lead. Grimsby lead 5-4. Now it's Joshua Zirkzee has got to score, or Grimsby Town are through, and United are out. If Zirkzee cannot convert, chance for the Grimsby keeper to make himself a legend. If the keeper can save it here, you'll never be forgotten in Grimsby Town. Zirkzee smashes it into the net. Keeper goes the wrong way. 5-5. And not a hint of happiness or celebration from Zirkzee. Gazaturi from the Faroe Islands will step up to take penalty number 7 for Grimsby Town. Nana with a little dance. Beautiful penalty setting on the wrong way. Grimsby with the advantage again. Pretty sure could hear the Grimsby fans singing sacked in the morning before that penalty. A little message for the Amram and United, I would imagine. Don't imagine that Amram will actually be sacked in the morning, but it's Kobe Mainu. Hasn't played a minute before tonight. It's on him now. Another chance for the Grimsby keeper to make himself a hero. Kobe Mainu has to score, or United are out. Mainu's penalty. Run up into the top corner, comfortably sending the keeper the wrong way. 6-6. Ruben Amorim hiding in the back of the dugout, can't watch. Commentator says Amorim can barely watch. I don't think he's watching at all. Deep in the dugout behind all of his coaches, he probably can't even see what's happening from there. Just going on the vibe of the stadium, I would imagine. Sweeney for Grimsby down, and he sends one out of the wrong way. Advantage Grimsby again. 7-6 Grimsby. And it's big old hairy slabhead Maguire. Got the late equalizer in the 89th minute. And he's gonna have to save United again. Gently Shack Tattoo says, if this goes to United, I swear it's robbery. I tend to agree. Let's see if Slabhead smokes someone in the crowd like Bruno did at the weekend. Maguire up. Whoa, into the top of that. I will give him that. That was a heck of a penalty for Maguire. Probably the best penalty of the night so far. And he looks about as happy as if he just found out that his family died with the taking of that penalty. He's just absolutely no joy for United whatsoever, which is fair because this has been a shocking performance on their part to even be here in a shootout with Grimsby. Although all credit to Grimsby. Taking the 9th penalty here. It's there again. 8-7 Grimsby. Not sure if Onana got his hand on that or not. I think that was the 4th penalty Onana's got a hand on. Not enough to put it onto the bar this time, though. Got his hand on 4 penalties, and he's only saved one of them. That's another center back. Matthias de Ligt will take penalty number 9 for Manchester United. Has to score. Chance for the keeper to be a hero for Grimsby. Here comes de Ligt. Run up. Oh. Slides it past the keeper. You could tell the keeper was gonna go to his right. Ends up rooted to the spot. Warren will take the 10th penalty for Grimsby. We saw a 10-round shootout in Braunschweig last night in the German Cup. Eight. Grimsby shooting. Take it right away, and he slots it calm as you like, sending Onana the wrong way. Cool as you like. You would never guess that All riding on him in the 10th round of the penalty shootout. Last of the non-penalty or non-goalkeeper penalties. And it'll be Benjamin Sesko, the striker, will shoot last for United. Takes a look, sends the keeper the wrong way. As you like. 9-9 after 10 rounds. Generally, Shaq Tattoo asking, is there a limit on penalties, or they just keep going back through the roster? That's actually a good question. I believe now the keepers will each have to take one. But I don't know what the order is after that. Whether you can still have, if you can have the same keepers take them over again. Pim, the penalty! Cool! As you like, sending Onana the wrong way. And now Onana will have his go. Well, we'll have to see. If Onana doesn't score here, then we don't need to know any more about what happens after that. Onana straight to it. And he sends the keeper the wrong way. Exactly the same. 10-10. Every player's shot. And I guess we'll know right away whether it's just recycles through the order or whether they can pick different takers now. I think it will be the same takers, and I think it'll be in the same order. We'll see in a second. Yeah. It'll be the same taker to start again for Grimsby. Even if they change the order, I think they'll still have to go all the way through the order again. KB had to take the 12th penalty for Grimsby. 10-10. And he sends Onana the wrong way too. 11-10 to Grimsby through 12 rounds. Incredible. Bruno Fernandes coming up to do it again. Abraham back at the dugout, deep in the dugout, not looking at anything, looking at the ground. Bruno Fernandes, the captain, up to take the 12th penalty, has to score. And he sends him the wrong way too. Everyone sending the keeper to the keeper's right and slotting it in on their other side. It's like 5-6 penalties in a row. Pretty much identical. Referee telling Onana to get back on his line. Trying some head games. 11-all. 13th round. For the first time, Onana gets his hand to it for a 5th time, but he scores. 12-11 to Grimsby. Onana getting his hands to 4 penalties that he hasn't saved. Only the one save onto the crossbar. Advantage Grimsby again. It's Brian Bumo again. Lucky number 13 for Grimsby. Bumo hits the bar and Grimsby win! Brian Bumo hits the crossbar and Manchester United are out of the Carabao Cup in the first round. Madhouse in Grimsby as the pitch invasion begins. The minnows from the 4th division have sent Man United packing after a 13-round penalty shootout. Mad scenes in Grimsby. The fans on the pitch, the players celebrating with the crowd just streaming onto the pitch. Probably one of the greatest nights in Grimsby Town's club history. Not even needing another save from the keeper. Brian Mbumo hitting the crossbar. Love the comments from Jenny Shack Tattoo. Love an underdog story. Come on, Grimsby. Yay, Grimsby indeed. The players on the shoulders. We love a scenes like this, reminiscent of Union Berlin's promotion win against Stuttgart in 2019. I know pitch invasions are frowned upon these days, but I completely disagree. Loving to see the pandemonium in Grimsby. We love a happy pitch invasion. Fans with their inflatable sturgeons? I don't know what's going on, but it's a party in Grimsby tonight. Half the team hoisted on the shoulders of the fans. Winner, winner, chicken dinner indeed for Grimsby tonight. Manchester United are out. Final score, Grimsby Town 2, Manchester United 2. 12-11 Grimsby Town on penalties. Absolute madness in the EFL Cup tonight. Probably the biggest cup upset in Europe so far this year. Not even, I would say, not even since the start of this season's cups, probably this calendar year. This is incredible scenes in Grimsby. The League Two team knocking out Premier League giants. Can you do it on a rainy night in Grimsby? Asks Jenna Lee Shack Tattoo. No, indeed. United embarrassed, if we're being real. No wonder none of them looked happy scoring their penalties. Just keeps getting worse for them. I can only imagine the chaos that will now ensue in the Manchester United fan base as wow. I mean, I guess I can understand why Ruben Amorim was not watching the penalties, because hard to watch. Hard to watch if you're a United fan, let alone a United manager. What a night. What a night of football. Madness all over. Wehen Wiesbaden not quite getting to the finish line against Bayern Munich. Harry Kane with a late winner. They had come back from 2-0 down with a quick fire double. But Harry Kane grabbing the winner for Bayern in the 4th minute of stoppage time. And then Grimsby Town beating Manchester United 12-11 on penalties after a 2-2 draw in 90 minutes. Just craziness in the cups. Club Brugge smashing Rangers 6-0 after an early sending off for Rangers, 9-1 on aggregate. Benfica getting past 10-man Fenerbahce 1-0 on the night and on aggregate. And Kobenhavn with a 2-0 win at home against Basel to win 3-1 on aggregate there. But I think the real story of the night, Grimsby Town, League 2, 4th Division, Grimsby Town, knocking out Manchester United. They had a 2-0 lead at halftime. United fought back through Brian Mbumo in the 73rd minute, I believe it was, and an 89th minute equalizer from Harry Maguire. Straight to penalties, 13 rounds, Grimsby Town win and go on. Probably one of the biggest nights in the history of the club. Mad scenes, pitch invasion. It's going to be a party in Grimsby Town tonight. Good on them. I think we will call it there. A fantastic evening of football all across Europe. In Germany, in Portugal, in Belgium, in Copenhagen, Denmark, and most of all in Grimsby, England. Grimsby Town, 2-2, 12-11 on penalties. Bayern Munich win our future German game tonight, 3-2 with a 94th minute winner from Harry Kane. That is where we will call it tonight. Thank you everyone who tuned in tonight. Thank you everyone for the comments, and especially my beloved Jenna Lee Shack Tattoo, sharing the penalty shootout with me. And Remember, football is a community. It is not a commodity. We gather, we watch, we enjoy, we love the underdogs. Congratulations to Grimsby. Congratulations to Bayern. Congratulations to Club Brugge. Congratulations to Benfica. Congratulations to Copenhagen. And we will call it a night. Thank you, everyone, and